back at the creek. You see behind me, there's a dam. And I think we're gonna get back to the spot I've been waiting on. Let me give you a look real quick and show you guys exactly why I've been waiting on this spot. Right there, there's a dam. That is Left Hand Creek right there. You can see it's usually flowing with water all right there in the summer and springtime. So that's when they close that dam right there. They have it closed, so they divert all that water right up in there that way. We'll get up in there and we'll take a walk and see what we're looking at. But they divert the water that way. And I've been wondering, and it just kind of loops to make a big U. Right on the other side of that tree right there, it goes right back into it. So I've been wanting to check that area and see what happens during the summer and springtime. If there's any gold or anything flowing right into that. Let's get down in there. We're down in there now. So far, I'm not seeing any kind of gravels or nothing that had came in here possibly. It's all mud, dried up mud. I don't see no cobbles, maybe a little rock here and there. But I was also curious about this spot right here. They have the water coming in here too, and it flows in here. Let's take a walk, you guys. Let's check this out. I'm not sure the reasons for that or why they do that, but let's get down in there and see. Walk in there. You can see, and then they have it closed off right there. That's where they close it off. They'll pull that out and that water, and it flows and it goes down, and there's a little turn and it goes right back down in there to the creek. Plan today is to get in there and get down there, do some digging. We're just gonna pan today, looking for a new spot. Winter time, I walk around and I test. It pays off, everybody. Always test. You can see the water down in there, the creek. There's still some sitting water, but that's fine. All right, you guys, I think this is a good spot. I'm gonna start right here. I was kind of looking up there and all these big rocks that they have placed right here, and there's just so much leaves and branches and stuff. I don't want to mess through all that, so right here at the bottom, gold being the heaviest, this is the bottom of it right here, because up here, I'll show you guys in a little bit, it goes uphill a little bit, but you can see right in here, there's gravels and stuff built up. Usually that water flows up there, and it's pretty deep down in here, so I never get access. But right here you can see the water's low. There's gravels and there's river rocks, pretty big cobbles and stuff built up right here, bigger boulders and stuff. So we're gonna dig around in there, test pan a bunch of spots right there, see what kind of gold we can get, throw that in a little bucket I brought, get that home. There's a better look at it right there. Looks pretty good. There's a bunch of gravel and stuff built up in there, a bunch of cobbles, these guys. So check that out. Right here is where it turns right back in to the main channel there. You can see there's the main channel right on that bend right there. That might be a good spot to dig up in there, along the bank maybe. Standing up here a little bit, you can see another nice little collection of gravels and stuff right there. Down in there, you can see there's gravels and stuff built up in there. That might be a good spot to dig. Check that out. That's a big, thick layer of clay. Right underneath that clay, that might be ancient creek, you guys. I'm not talking maybe ancient, but creeks and stuff, they move and they shift throughout the thousands and thousands of years, and they'll do this and create the bands and stuff. That could have been the old riverbed a long time ago. Maybe we'll get in there, check that out. Okay, I think right in here, between these two big rocks right there, I'm gonna start right there. That's gonna be the first pan. You can see kind of up there, it kind of goes uphill on all the big boulders and all the big rocks they had placed there. It's like a big pool, drop down pretty low in there. Kind of curious on what that is. It's definitely a drop zone. Drop zones is where the gold is at. It's heavy and it wants to stay sitting at the bottom. So I'm gonna grab right there, test that one out. Let's see what we can get, you guys. I think right there is a great test pan. Let's test it out. All right, guys. Water's actually not too bad. I hope you guys can see me okay. Yep. All right, see you here. Okay, first pan, 1 speck. Not a bad size either. I mean, it's small. Yeah, it's flour gold. Let's see if we can get in there. Right there, check that out. There it is. That's 1 pan, guys, in that spot. 1 speck. I'll do 1 more test pan there, see if it gets better, and then we'll move on. We got the second test pan done right there. It's actually quite a bit better, you guys. Instead of 1 speck, we got a little bit more this time. Check that out. You can see the pieces right in there. I count about 4 or 5 pieces, maybe 6. So that's a spot that has gold. I may come back to that spot, but I'm still curious on what's around throughout all these. Maybe up in there, we'll see. But that's a great start. Went from 1 speck to about 5 or 6, or maybe 6, 7, 6, 7. I'm just playing these guys. My kids say that all dang day. I had to do it. Sorry, but it was about 6 or 7 pieces. It's a great start. Let's keep going, see what else we can get into. Right underneath that big rock right there, there was a nice patch of like root grass. So packed and filled with gravels and sand and everything we want. Might take me a minute to pound that out, but we'll get it done. Hopefully it's good, you guys. Okay, check that out. My hands are freezing cold, but I got them. I think I cleaned them out pretty well, pretty good. But here's the material that came out of that. Looks pretty good to me. There's some quartz in there. A lot of darker rocks, which means they're heavier. Down right there. That's pretty cool. But let's get that panned out, wash that thing back, and see how much gold we can get. Okay, that pan was empty, so I'm not gonna bother right there. A lot of that stuff underneath, I mean, when I broke it out, when I broke the pan down and I started classifying it down and panning it out, it started turning into really light sand, sandy material. So a lot of this stuff down here is too deep. I didn't bring my boots. I mean, I did. I left them in the car because I knew the spot I was coming here. I knew there were some areas I don't need them. So I'm gonna try this spot over here where all these little gravels are built up. Try a couple pans up in there, see what we can find. If we don't find nothing good, we know where the gold is at. So this is where we'll come back to, and then we'll classify some pans down to the black sand, speed pan some stuff up, fill the bucket up, and get that home. Okay, I wanted to bring these guys in. I dug that first hole right there. No gold. So I moved right next to it right here. Took about 2 shovelfuls down. It turned completely black. Check that out. Now I don't know if this is black sands. It's rooty, but it's a lot different than the last roots I pulled out. Let me see if I can pull some of this out. Look at how black that is. There's nice little sands and gravels in it, nice little pea gravels, all them little rocks. So I'm gonna pound that out, and I'm hoping that's the spot. We'll pound this one out right here on camera. Hopefully it's good, everybody. Hopefully you guys can see. Nice, good spot right here. Make sure we clean them roots out really good. Now gold don't always hold in the roots, but I have found gold stuck in the roots before, even here on this creek. Okay, nothing in them pans. Not too good, but we do know where the gold is at, so we're gonna go back to that spot, get it down, speed pan, see what we get, everyone. All right. Okay, our speed panned quite a bit of pans. There's the material right there in the bucket. I was panning it back every now and then. I was still seeing some of the gold. I'm seeing some lead in there. Here's one last pan. I got the hole covered up. I found some glass, pulled that out, take that home. We're gonna do that one last pan. I'll show you guys what we get out of it and make sure we're still on the gold before we head out and get that home. Okay, got that all panned back. I did it pretty fast, I did it pretty fast. So we got one speck sitting right there on top, one small little piece. We also got some lead shot in there, some lead. I did notice a few pieces still always fall back behind, but I wanted to give you guys a look, and plus I wanted to see if I was still pulling out gold in a pan. So there we have it. I am gold in the pan. So I want to give you guys a big thumbs up. Give me a big thumbs up. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for joining me. This is a nice adventure I came on today. I've been wanting to test this area out. Maybe come at the end of winter when it starts to warm up just a little bit, and before the floods come in here and before they divert the water back in here, I'll come back in here and I'll test that bank area where they had all that clay. Dig some of that out, test it. Might be good, maybe not. But thank you guys. Please do drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I know this one's kind of long, but I wanted to throw some footage out there and not edit too much of it out. I try to edit as least as I can, just to let it go and see how long it actually takes to, get a pan filled up, classify that down, pan it out. So thank you guys for coming along. Thank you for having the patience and joining me. We're on the gold again, finally, back at the creek. All right, guys, 5280 on the next one. See you guys.